I mentioned in previous videos that after a 5-year break, I had to work my way back up to expert. Now I'm back in expert, so this is not going to be an easy race. Not only are these guys fast, but their bikes are well prepared. I'm just here for fun. I got zero budget, the bike's stock except for suspension, and I'm buying used tires from a guy in the front row. I get a decent start, but this isn't like racing against amateurs. I'm not going to pass half a dozen people going into turn 1 like I normally do. But I did get by 2 or 3. Nobody's holding back. The tires are warm because they've been sitting in tire blankets, heating up an hour before the race. I'm doing okay through the first couple turns, but I realize I'm in the same gear that I've been for the amateurs. I'm in one gear too high to race against these guys. I need to really wind this thing out if I'm going to keep up with them. So this is an absolute battle, but not in the traditional sense where I'm passing people back and forth the whole time or anything. This is about them being so good that I have to figure out how to go fast enough so that I'm in a position to even pass them. So I'm late on the brakes to catch up to them going into turn 3, but I know they're going to pull me going up these hills as well as on the straights. I'm about 6 inches taller and probably 30 to 50 pounds heavier than most of them. I do a good job braking late into this corner, and I see I could potentially tuck up underneath this guy, but he pulls away from me as we head up over the hill. These guys are fast enough through here that there's no real opportunity for me to get by anybody. And again, as they get on the gas coming out of this corner, you can see they pull ahead of me a little bit, although I'm able to close it up right before we get back onto the front straight. I get a decent run out of this chicane onto the start-finish straight, but you can see I need to be closer. I've lost their draft and they've left me as they go down the straight. So now I've got to catch them on the brakes. I do okay on the brakes, but I only close about half of it, so I need to get some more going into the next hard braking zone. I'm starting to wind it out more to get the power to catch them. Here we're going down the NASCAR oval. The braking area for turn 3 is on the inside of the track. We then turn hard right across the oval and up the hill. Every time there's a transition in the pavement, there's an opportunity for traction loss from bumps or a change in the pavement consistency. So this isn't good. He's dropped back from the guy he was with, and I'm too far back from him. So I'm really going to be pushing it coming up over this hill. In fact, I'm pushing hard enough that I end up going a little wide right here. But I carry the speed, get back over to where I want to be. I'm hard on the gas through this next section, and I'm able to close the gap as we set up to get onto the straightaway. Now I'm pretty fast through the chicane and get a good drive onto the straightaway. Now this I can work with. If I can keep him in sight down the straight, I'll close the gap going into turn 1, stick with him through 1A and 2, and then late brake him before the hill, and I should be right behind him. At least that's the plan. Looking good through here, turn 1 and 1A. Good drive out of 2, despite forgetting to downshift before it, because I'm thinking so much about out-braking them up here. This is turn 3, where we come off the NASCAR oval and brake hard, and oops, I locked the front end for just a split second before I tip it into the corner. That makes me go deep, and look how much ground I've lost. So all that work to catch them, I gotta do it again. I'm really not worried about the tires. That was a heavy braking spot at a low speed, so I've got confidence that they're gonna stick through the corners, and that's what I really care about right now. So I'm pushing it right through this back section over the hill, and by the time we get back to the chicane before the front straight, I've caught back up to them. The combination of being pissed off because I locked it up and the frustration of losing so much ground worked to my advantage. So this is the closest I've been leading on to the front straight with them. I'm right where I want to be to set up to pass this guy when I get a chance.